I wanted to start I wanted to start with something kind of like a little silly, but I'm sure you were
Okay.
following the whole Hawk Tuah thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was actually looking. I saw a post that made me go kind of investigate on her yesterday, so I'm ready.
You're ready. All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull this up. Wait, hold on here. Let me get this queued up here.
sure I'm right.
All right.
All right, there we go.
Hopefully everything stays the same. All right. Let me play this. Oop, where am I here?
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff. And
Okay, so this is something she put on. This is a short clip, and then
Wait,
we're gonna talk
yesterday or
more.
today?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Today?
It looks like this was posted 17 hours ago. This is
Oh, I see. Last
so
night.
she had yeah she had gone on a it's kind of a long story, and this is a clip from a podcast that was recorded by FaZe Banks, and we're gonna dive into that because there's some really interesting backstory behind it. But I thought the clip to start off with was kind of interesting.
they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
Just for context, this is his podcast, but I guess he came to their studio, and well, there's more backstory that we'll get to, but just for people wondering.
Guys, listen, just as a temperature check, I just want to say, the first thing that she said to me off camera was, the minute you DM me, I really wish I just texted you and called you. And that speaks to me because of how I was introduced to crypto, and we'll get into that. But I'm also kind of on the back end of things too. Like, their team's been very forthcoming. My team is vetting them the fuck out right now and has been for the last week. Thread Guy and Frank, they're going to be on this episode. It's such a weird blend and mash of worlds. No,
It rolled out.
don't cry, Haley. It's fine. It's all going to be okay. Life is going to be okay. Oh, Haley, no.
Oh, don't do that. Don't stare at me.
No.
You just
You're
yeah,
adorable.
just
and
give
it's
us a
gonna be
minute.
okay. It's going to be okay.
Well, so basically, how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like what do they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's gonna be a good place." And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it, and it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up here.
And I'll match it. Me, Ricky, I'll match it, whatever. It's really, really important for me to make sure that we address everything and get through all of exactly what happened. I think that it's really, really important at this point to be totally transparent about everything that happened with you and your partners and this launch and in crypto, and what makes this bad and what makes what Iggy Azalea is doing maybe even good, and what makes Trump's doing different, right? I want to get through all that.
Okay, so there's more to talk about, but just listening to that clip, like, what were your thoughts?
First of all, I'm like, obviously she don't know what's going on.
Right.
Obviously, and I do like watching all that happen. I think she did get used, but it's like, welcome to crypto, right? There's scammers everywhere.
Yep.
And the biggest scammers come from, unfortunately, those type of people, these celebrities, these teams behind people. Those are the main, threat out there. But I mean, I feel like, for one, she disappeared for 2 months, so I don't think that was a good look either, to be honest.
True.
And then, like, people lost a lot of money, it seems like, and it was like basically a straight up scam. But also, it's kind of funny. I think that this guy, I don't know who this podcaster is, but he's trying to do damage control for her. So I don't know what he got paid or what was his deal. But when I was doing research on it last night, this is before this clip came out, so yesterday, I looked at her page, I looked at her accounts. I'm like, man, she ain't posted in 2 months, right? After she did her team did a giant rug, and I was looking at all these like celebrities on there. I saw Wiz Khalifa, Mark Cuban, like,
really?
That was on her podcast.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
think, so I think it's always a big issue is that they take these rando internet celebrities, especially ones like her, that remind me of like you know, what that girl's like, Catch Me Outside. I can't remember her name, Bad Baby or something. But they get these younger people in particular, and then they use them to make money off of them. So I feel like she is a victim of the like Hollywood industry, because she also, no disrespect, but there's no like talent there. There's not really anything there. She was a meme, right?
You're right.
So all of these type of people just took advantage of her. But at the end of the day, I still, you know, I was never like a, you know, a listener or fan of her show or nothing, but obviously I'm aware because of the internet. But it just it's kind of still just funny to me. Like she
Yeah.
just unknowingly rugged these people.
Did you
And
try? Did you try watching her podcast at all?
I only saw a clip or two here and there, and I
Oh
could not
man,
watch that.
it
Yeah.
was really bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's not like, they just, you
It's
know, and
really
I'll
bad.
say she has what, like charisma or whatever, so good for her, but nah,
Mhm.
I couldn't do it.
She
Like
had
1 minute I was like, I'm good.
well, I was kind of blown away because her first guest was the comedian Whitney Cummings, who's like a pretty big that's a pretty big guest. And I
Yeah.
don't know how I don't know how she did that or how she's gotten these other big guests too. So I'm like, all right, I want to see like what this is all about because like how did she
It's
get a
terrible.
guest like Whitney? And
Well,
then I watched I probably made it through like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my god, this is a train wreck. Like
yeah, from my
you know,
understanding, like what they do is like some LA person goes, "Oh shit, they just got a lot of attention on the internet, a million whatever views." Will reach out, so then they reach out, and then some grifter in Hollywood calls all their contacts, and they tell the celebrity like, "Hey, we got a new hot thing that you should be on because it'll make you look good." So obviously they do it because
Mhm.
they want to be associated with everything that's hot. But there's always a victim there.
Sure.
Obviously, it was her.
Yeah, eyeballs. So my take on her was that I don't think I've ever seen somebody do more to try to capitalize on their 15 minutes of fame than Hawk Tuah. She seemed to just be like diving into all this stuff. And
Facts.
I think she probably could have been pretty successful in that endeavor until she jumped into crypto.
Yep.
So I have for various reasons and with various different situations, I've toyed with the idea of launching a coin, and I'm like, you know what? It's just not worth it. Like, I just don't think I could do it in a way that it would make sense and provide any value and be anything more than just another pump and dump, really. So, uh, my sense was that she probably didn't, and I don't know this for sure. I don't want to say this for sure at all, but my sense was that she probably didn't really intend to do like a rug pull. She just aligned herself with the wrong
Mhm.
people. And so that's kind of going to bring us to the next thing that I want to highlight. So this is from this is what FaZe Banks wrote. So apparently the podcast was not supposed to go out and it got leaked. And
This episode?
yeah. Yeah, so if you go to her site, it's not on there. And it's not on this other guy's either, I don't think. Um,
Interesting.
but
Is
so
this another
apparently,
ploy? Like they
so he had I'm gonna show you this here. Uh, this is the photo. He doesn't look very happy. um, but there's more to it. Okay, so let's see. Is this the
he doesn't look happy, no.
Yeah, so here's his write up says in an attempt to hear Haley Welch's side of the crypto scam story, I agreed to do her first podcast back. Oh, so I guess it was supposed to be hers.
Mm.
I guess I was wrong about that. I had heavy stipulations, including not. Oh, let me make this showing up right. Okay,
Yeah, it's showing.
the bottom might be a little off, but it said I had heavy stipulations, including not allowing markets to be manipulated by leaking this episode's existence before a resolution was found. Well, oops. Her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made, where that should go, and what to do with the Hawk project moving forward. He said these were non-starters. I think he meant like they were, deal breakers if they weren't accepted. And we were told this episode would only ever see the light of day if we explicitly greenlit it. So, these incompetent retards leaked and or inside traded the token. We noticed a random spike of volume on the coin to a 2 along with random messages asking us if we did the podcast. Very clearly, her team was not as solid as they claimed to be. They completely blew it, and we called the episode off right then and there. So he said, "Hey, we're out.
Mm.
No launching it." Now today, the episode randomly gets leaked, and this is from Thursday afternoon. The price of Hawk is pumping, and they completely fucking fumbled the bag yet again. What a fucking mess. Poor girl. It's a wonder how she found herself in this position in the first place. Now, Haley Welch, I'm going to speak to you directly and say the exact same thing I said to you on Spaces that night. Everybody, fire everybody. Your team's fucking retarded. Full disclosure, nobody from our team has ever or will ever own Hawk tokens. Highly advise anyone following the story to stay far, far away from this. A majority of the supply is owned by unknown developers. So
I want to start by saying thank you to all.
So what do you think about that?
I think the dude is right. Like, you know, when the thing first happened, the token launch and the rug happened. So when she was like, I'm gonna do this Twitter space, they had her film this video, and I went and tuned into the Twitter space. She wasn't even on it. It was her like manager was on it, and he was like a straight like asshole, like talking reckless, and he was rude. And I was, oh, that's the scammer right there. He's obviously the scammer. And he had like, he was behind some other like, you know, internet sensation from a couple years ago. So it had to be that guy.
Yeah. But, are you talking about back when this whole thing went down, or did you say there was a recent one?
No, right when it went down, like a couple days later, they did
I listened to that one.
And she had like pre-recorded audio, and then he talked the whole time. And he was rude, like, so like obviously, but this guy is right, but he fumbled too, because like y'all filmed it, but you didn't take all the footage, like you
right. Maybe
you know what I mean. So you should have took the drives. But I think she should fire everybody, obviously, if she can. You never know what kind of contract she signed, because she might be in one of those like Hip Hop 360 deals where she can't quit or she'll get sued, you know. Because I think they were just really just out here taking advantage of her. Obviously, she doesn't know business. She's from a small town, and then LA has taken over her whole everything, unfortunately. Yeah. But he's right.
You got to be careful.
And like I said, I don't know who Fozzie or Fazy is either, but he's definitely right. Because I seen her too, a clip where she was with like Jake Paul and all these people. I wouldn't trust those guys either.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
She's gonna be fighting the Jake Paul in the next fight soon.
Yeah, right.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be wild. She's like really interesting. Because I don't know why. I really don't know why she got so famous. Like, it didn't seem like she said anything particularly interesting. I guess it was. I don't know, some stuff you just never know, right? Like, it just blows up.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where the internet is just like, let's just do something stupid, you know what I mean? And of course, it's like all the people who support her, because people said what she said before, obviously. Like, but then you see all the videos of people trying to then replicate what she did and said.
Yeah, right. Are you just gonna go around and people are gonna be saying Hawk Tuah every time you interview him about something?
Yeah, trying to get famous. But oh man, but like I said, she did a good job, or whoever did, with making her 15 minutes last for a few months. But I still kind of feel like she's finished. Like, she probably lost half of what she had, I think, to be honest. A lot of people I see on Twitter don't like her now.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, what a lesson. She had this podcast. It was doing pretty well. Like I said, I didn't think it was very good, but people are obviously watching it, and she must have been making a pretty good living doing it. It's like, just keep doing that, and you got to be kind of careful, especially with crypto. Just don't launch a coin. Do a little research, watch how many celebrities have, really kind of messed up their careers or ruined their reputations from doing crypto scams, even though they kind of get, I don't know, Jake Paul, I guess was it Jake Paul or Logan Paul? I can't keep them straight. Jake Paul.
I don't know which one is which sometime.
I think Jake was the one who did the Crypto Zoo scam thing, which was was really bad. Did you ever watch CoffeeZilla's videos on that?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh my gosh, he did like a 3-part series. It's man, he's one of those. He's one of those creators. When he drops a video, it's like, all right, clear the calendar. I'm throwing this on the TV and let's go. Just a great investigator, great investigative reporter, I think. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen his video about the Trump coin recently.
yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was that one, the 3-part Jake Paul series, and then the one where he went on. He kept going on Twitter Spaces that Sam Bankman-Fried was on, and then
Oh yeah,
grilling him on. That
I
was
see.
great. I was watching. It was
Hilarious.
kind of fun because I was listening to the Twitter Spaces when it was happening, and then watching his recap of it was pretty interesting. So,
Yeah, that's why, like, partially, you know, like you said earlier, I thought about dropping a coin, but I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want that responsibility, because it's like you owe people in the community to make your coin go up in value. But then it's like, if you're not building a whole bunch of different like verticals around it, I guess it's like, what
mhm.
is the value of this coin?